Run. Now the point comes of invisible lines. So what all invisible lines will be visible? What all invisible lines do we have to show? Let's see. I'll take green color to show them. Okay, now this circle is there, so its circle, the point will be extended. So these green lines are dotted lines. Okay, so this will be shown. This line will be shown because it is as this. These two. This depicts a circle. This depicts this part. This much section will depict the presence of this hole, and this section will have a midline. So this is what my this green section is my dotted line, which has to be drawn, as I can see in my figure, that this is what my dotted line will look like. This is a circle, and this is the hole which is there on the front view, and this is the dotted line which shows that there is gap between the figures. So this is how you should proceed by you should use 3 different colors to mark your top view, front view and side view, so that you have a very clear understanding that what shape would be it like. Okay, let's move on to our third problem. Now this is a bit a more complex shape than the previous two. Okay, now there is a need to understand that in this problem there are a few things that you should keep in mind. That, say, whatever the shape is, when you are seeing it from the front or you are seeing it from the top, the maximum thing we can that can come is circles can come. There can be curved shapes, there can be rectangles, there can be squares, there can be circles. Now as you can see that we are having this this curved isometric view is given of this object, and we are having this curved section which we are right now viewing an isometric thing. Now I am marking it with green first. Now actually when I look at it from the top, it will look it will seem to me just as a rectangle. Now some of you will ask that why it is such a thing. What actually it is that, say, I'll draw it here again. Take a rectangular sheet of this breadth and this length, then curve it from the center. So what you will get is, you will get this figure which is marked in green on your question. But when you view it from the top, then what will happen is apparent length will decrease, something of this sort. Its apparent length will become L dash, but its breadth will remain B. So this is a curved paper. Now if I show you, it is a very good thing, you will be able to understand. See, I have this paper. Now just watch what happens is, what are you seeing? Are you seeing it to be that I have reduced the length of the paper? See it again. What I am doing is, I have kept this paper. Now the size is decreasing. Can you see the length decreasing? The breadth remains constant. Now what actually has happened is, I have curved it. But when you look at it from the top, when you look at it from the side where it is curved, you can see that it is a rectangle. But its original length of the rectangle is reduced to apparent length. This is why we have curved it like this, which is there on the top of the figure. So when you have such kind of a figure, then you can see that it actually makes a rectangle at the top. Okay, so the green part is the top. Now I was marking the top view. So this is what I will see. This will be a rectangle that I see. Now the next thing is that this all surfaces will be visible to me, right? And here again there is a curve, and then there is a point, and this is there. So what is there is that this will be visible from the top, then there will be a straight line, and then there will be an angled line, then again a straight line, a curved thing, and then this point, and then connecting it. Let's not get into the details of the missing say the lines which are there, which are the invisible lines. Let's not discuss them. And of course these two circles will be visible. So here I'll just make rough 2 circles. So this is what with some kind of thing that will view it from the top view. This is a rough figure. This is not the final figure. The final figure will be in the next slide. So kindly don't consider this as the final figure. Now the front view again. In front view, what will be visible to me will be a semicircle. Not exactly a semicircle, but kind of semicircle, which is this one. And then a rectangle will be visible to me, which will be covering all these lines. Right up till here. Now I'll just draw a rough thing. This is what will be visible to me. This is a rough figure that I am drawing. Okay, and there will be a straight line here. There will be no lines drawn where there is curves. Say there is a bend here actually in the original figure, but there won't be any lines which will be shown. Okay, now from here I know that I have this a semicircle kind of a thing which is there, right? And then I will leave the dotted lines apart right now. So this is what this is something of my front view, which will my front view looks like. Now again, when I talk about my side view, this is the top line that will be visible to me, the toppest line of this structure. Then this will be visible, this part will be visible, and this whole thing will actually be visible in form of what? In form of a rectangle which is there. Okay, let's do a thing. I'll draw it here. I'll make it a bit small. This is a rectangle that's visible to me, correct? Now what another thing that will be visible to me will be another rectangle which will be below it. So it will be this rectangle which will be seen to me. So this is a rough side view. Okay, now let's check if we were correct. Yes, so this is what actually will be seen to us. What we said was, first I'll talk about the side view. Yeah, so now for side view, this is what we thought will be visible to us. This will be visible to us in form of a rectangle. So this is the rectangle that is visible to us. Okay, now there will be dotted lines here. Why the dotted lines? Because this circle exists between the this, so that is why these dotted lines came into existence, and this center line came into existence, and this dotted line came into existence. Okay, then the next thing that we discussed was this. This will be a, okay. Okay, this we discussed that this line will be visible to us. A rectangle which is available to us in a rectangle. And again, there are 2 holes, so there will be dotted lines for these 2 holes on this. So we have this dotted line. Okay, and of course the circles have their center line, so this is the center line that is there. So this is what our side view will look like. And then again, let's come to our front view. In front view, what we discussed was that a semicircular kind of thing will be visible to us upon a rectangle which will have one division. Okay, so this is a rectangle with one visible division and a semicircular thing which has a hole at the center. So this is the center line of the hole. Okay, now these holes, these 2 holes are overlapping each other when we are looking from here. So there will be only one just dotted line and a center line which will be there, which is shown here. Okay, right, now let's see what our top view look like. Now for top view, we discussed that this whole thing will be visible to us in form of a rectangle, which is this one. right? Then this is there, this shape is there, which is a curve again, and this is there. See, this is visible, this is a slant line, then it will come till here, then there is a curve, then there is a straight line, and then it meets this. Now it has a hole at the center, this point has a, this hole is existing, so there will be a dotted line at the top, and there will be a center line which is shown here, dotted line, and a center line. And of course these two holes will be directly visible to our eyes, so these two holes are there. So this is what our solution for the third problem looks like. Now you should just, for this you should remember that whenever we are talking about drawing orthographic projection, you should draw there will be 3 views that will be drawn, so you should keep 3 colored pencils with you and mark the questions with those 3 colored pencils, so that what happens is that once you have the concept of the shape in your mind, then you will be able to draw that shape on paper in form of an orthographic projection in front view, top view, and side view. But if you don't have the concept of the 3 shapes in your mind, then you won't be able to draw those projections. Hence you the better is to mark it with color, so that you know which is the top view, which surfaces will be visible from the top view, which surfaces will be visible from the side view and front view. So you should adapt this policy if you can. And yes, if you are able to read the figure without the colors, then also it's okay. It is not necessary to adopt it, it is just for your understanding. And there is one more thing, that in any drawings that we show you, there are the drawings are always rough. You should not consider it as the final figure. The final figure is what we are saying, and you should take it into consideration from your textbooks as well. So this is what we were going to discuss today, and you should practice very hard for your exams, and all the best for your exams. Thank you.